so-called Negro community has shocked the white man by resisting all efforts to divide us. I think that you and I should continue to shock him by staying and working together in unity, despite religious, political, economic, or educational or social differences.
My people are terrified. We've been terrorized to the point that we're mentally and spiritually paralyzed. We suffered through centuries of dehumanization and degradation. It took the form of slavery and segregation in this land of the free, where oppression's government sanctioned. We're subjected to systemic skin color discrimination, from black codes to Jim Crow to black criminalization. It's been 400 years, it's time for our liberation. We're a nation within a nation, victims of colonization. Where's our revolution and Independence Day celebration? Cause what's the 4th of July to the slave on the plantation? And slavery didn't end, they just changed its implementation. Just check the 13th Amendment, then you'll see why so many black males end up as guilty defendants. The system isn't broken, it's working as it's intended. So I'm not here to fix it, I'm here to end it.
And then again, if we tell you that Negroes are being hung on the tree or being shot down illegally, unjustly, and those Negroes should do something to protect themselves, you say you're advocating violence.
I won't rest till this nightmare we're living in ends, and we see justice for our murdered young innocent men. If black lives really matter, black people need the proof. Cause we are the only ones responsible for our improvement. How can we leave it to someone else to do what's best for us, especially when there's someone else has historically been oppressing us? We can't use a system built to enslave us to free us, and we really sick if we think that they white Jesus can heal us. Our children need us to defend them, teach them and guide them, show them love and bring out the greatness that is deep inside them. Are we gonna build a nation or stay on the plantation? Keep begging for our freedom or fight for our liberation?
When the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, he didn't say get nonviolent. He said praise the Lord, but pass the ammunition.
We must be willing to die together or we'll definitely die separately. We desperately need unity if liberation is our destiny. If we don't know our history, then we doomed to repeat it. White supremacy is the enemy, but together we can defeat it. They stole us from the motherland, sold us into slavery, forced us to work for them. They got the nerve to call us lazy. In this caste system, we're outcasts, still treated as second class. But I can feel it in the air, revolutions in the forecast. We came for greatness, but they don't want us to know. So they hid our history to keep us under control. All it takes is to take a stand. The enemy's not invincible, but we must come together as one nation indivisible.
20 million black people don't even know their own language. Why? Because he took it away from them. 20 million black people who don't even know the history of their ancestors. Why? Because he took it away from them. And if you're trying to tell them how thoroughly and completely they've been robbed, he says you're teaching hate. That's something to think about. Today you are coming out of college. You're coming out of the leading university. You're trying to go in a good direction, but you don't know which direction to go in.
Boy, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, boy, TikTok is the gift that keeps on giving. Now I know y'all wonder, like, oh, here, what did he find this time? What has he found? What's this one gonna be? Well, this one, I had to go ahead and choose this to speak on this because it is dealing with a common misnomer that we hear being bandied about women in this age range. Now I know what y'all think. Y'all like, oh man, he finna start going in on women of a certain age. No, I'm not gonna do that. I always speak from a balanced perspective. And it's time to bring some balance to this narrative right here that she's gonna be spouting. So with that said, with no further ado, let's get into this and do her own talking.
Older woman explains why older men love younger women.
A lot of grown men date young girls to avoid that grown woman pressure. See, every man want to believe that he's an alpha man until it's time to do what alpha men do, like provide, protect, produce. So,
time out. I got to do it. I got to address this. Boy, she got a real husky voice, don't she? Boy, I'll tell you, boy. Hey, boy, man, listen, boy. I don't know if she smoked cigarettes or hard liquor drinker, but man, boy, that husky, unfeminine voice right there, boy, coming into this thing talking about why older men date younger women. Can't deal with that grown woman pressure. First of all, a feminine, soft woman is not trying to apply pressure to no man. A man that fool with you for real, that actually is invested in you and actually care about you, you don't have to pressure us to do nothing. All you have to do is sit back and play your part as a woman. And yes, brothers, I know you see it. Boy, she really looked like, boy, them husky shoulders, got that little muffin top sitting up on that counter. Don't sit here and try to spin this narrative at men that do date women that are in their mid-20s, late 20s, because they passing over you. Because there's a reason why they passing over you. So we're going to let her keep talking here.
that grown woman put pressure on that wannabe alpha man, who's usually a weak man. He runs to a weaker woman. The woman that he can control her mind. The woman that self-esteem is low. The woman he can manipulate, use, and abuse. Yes, that woman. See,
pause right there. So this narrative that older men that date women that are in their mid or late 20s, because y'all know me, any Negro talking about dating, young ladies in their teens, 18, 19, I ain't with that bullshit at all. Nah, that ain't cool. That's a child. You shouldn't be dating nothing teen, male or female. No one, man or woman in our community should be dating nobody in their damn teens. Nobody, not no grown ass adult. But see, this narrative that she keeps spinning, and a lot of women do this, they tend to think that men who are older date younger women because we want to control them, manipulate them, X, Y, Z. No, baby, that ain't it. That ain't it. The problem is, a lot of you that use this phrase, he couldn't handle me. A man shouldn't have to handle you. You're not a pet. You're a grown woman. You're supposed to be. So if you are so stubborn and disagreeable dealing with a man that's worth a damn, that's a producer, he's not going to put up with you doing that. He's going to trade you in oftentimes for a younger model that doesn't have the stubborn attitude, that doesn't have the emotional baggage that you bringing in from other relationships. See, a lot of y'all out here that say y'all want men, y'all don't understand that if you get that man that fits the producer mold, you damn sure are going to have to cooperate with him. It ain't going to be no wrestling match going back and forth with you about what you should and shouldn't do. You're going to have to show that man respect. And this whole breakdown trying to tell men that, okay, if they don't put up with your foolishness, that's not an alpha male. No. Him not putting up with your foolishness does not subtract from him being an alpha male. It makes him a smart male. A lot of y'all don't understand that what you offering out here with your attitude and not caring about keeping yourself in some type of shape. Because see, let's deal with that issue, right? Because boy, this is bad body right here that we looking at. I'm just calling it like it is. When you meet people, if you meet each other and both of y'all are in fairly decent shape, you should work to keep yourselves as close to that as possible, barring any type of health condition, to please your mate. Remember what attracted you to one another, for the men and the women. I ain't just talking about the women, man, brother. If she met you brother, and you was in shape when she met you, you need to work to try to maintain that. Sisters, y'all already know. If we meet you, man, and you got a nice figure, hey, work to try to maintain that. Yes, everybody's going to get older. But see, man, I'm going to tell you what you don't have to have. These muffin tops and sitting up here, man, just letting yourself go like that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to be no supermodel in there, but you can work to keep some type of attractiveness to yourself. See, what usually happens as far as like the men and the women, a lot of y'all will get these guys and get complacent. And see, I'm going to tell you something right now. You ain't going to like what I'm about to say, but you go ahead and get you a guy that's actually worth a damn, that ain't beating on you, ain't cheating on you. He taking care of home, doing what he need to do. And you just get comfortable to the point where, okay, you just going to let yourself go. You going to be walking around here, man, waddling around here, rather. And then you going to have the nerve to tell him what you ain't going to do and talking about you ain't going to cook and why you can't cook for yourself, especially if you live in a kilt woman lifestyle. I tell you what you do. You keep on doing that and see how long that he trade you in for a younger model. Oh, yeah, I know. That ain't right. No. First of all, it ain't right for you to take advantage of a man or take for granted a man that you have, especially in today's economy, that's providing you that type of lifestyle. And you going to basically, what you doing when you do that is giving them your ass kids, just telling them, oh, you just going to put up with anything. What are some of y'all thinking, for those of you that applies to? Have you lost your damn mind? Do you really think that lowly of black men, that you think that those of us that fit that mold that I just described, a producer, are going to actually sit there with our capability and what we bring to the table besides money as men and just let you keep exhibiting bad behavior? No man is going to do that. And unfortunately, I'm going to tell you right now, even if you're thinking that just because you got kids by a guy that you're going to start shitting on them and treating them wrong, a lot of brothers will leave that situation too. And I hate to see that. Lord knows I want to see us with more intact black families, but you can't just look at men as something to take for granted, sisters. It's not going to happen. That generation is gone. The baby boomers tolerated that. They tried to teach us Gen X men to tolerate that, but hey, that didn't last too long with us. And boy, you don't even want to start talking about these millennials and the generation coming behind them. This is one of my biggest fears, man. One of my biggest fears is, especially when you start talking to this Generation Z here, a lot of them don't even want to deal with sisters. And that's very sad, man. No, man, boy, look, younger women don't end up being like this. But I'm going to let her keep talking, though. We're going to let her keep talking.
You could be too much for a man. You could be too independent. You could be too accomplished. You could be too established.
First of all this list she rattling off talking about what you could be too much of, too much. First of all, let's examine that. If you too much what? If you too much what? Of a disciplinary problem? If you too disrespectful? If you too unappreciative of what he doing for you? A lot of this too much. See, you thinking like a child when you start rattling off those ideas like that. And actually thinking somebody gonna put up with your bad attitude. No man owes you to put up with your consistent bad behavior. And I ain't talking about a minor falling out, because it's going to always be ups and downs in any relationship or marriage. But it is whole that I'm too much to handle stuff. Listen to what you actually saying. You better start learning to treat people how you want to be treated if you expect to keep and hold on to a good man, because your competition is fierce. Your competition is fierce. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not an advocate for any type of swirling or nothing like that. But I'm going to tell you the other thing that a lot of y'all don't realize. When you have this type of mindset right here, a lot of these brothers, man, hey, they going to continue to date within the black race. They just going to leave dating here. A lot of them, I'm just telling you what they saying. See, a lot of y'all women that's sitting up here with these attitudes, y'all not really looking at what's going on around you. And see, again, my greater concern is the younger generation, Generation Z. We don't need to have a generation of young black men that just like, I ain't even interested in dating no black woman or your black girl. We don't need to have that. A lot of them are being influenced by a lot of these negative online spaces where a lot of guys who are losers, that they didn't have any luck with women. Now they get online and they're influencing a lot of young teenage guys talking about it ain't worth dating black girls and black women. That kind of bullshit. And a lot of them are eating it up. Because, see, unfortunately, a lot of you who are parents don't pay attention to what your children are listening to online. Same thing for the young black girls. These divestment dummies out here with these channels and social media platforms, y'all better pay attention to what y'all children are listening to. But I'm going to let her continue here with what she's talking about.
You could be too confident that you have to send that man back to the basic women that they're comfortable with. And when you finally let that man go, you will realize that he had absolutely nothing to offer from.
Let's pause right there. You did say something talking about sending him back to the basic women that he's accustomed to. Primarily talking about she's bitter that her competition is younger women. And chances are she probably don't have no husband. She probably don't. If any of y'all know, you know what I'm saying, if she does not, let me know in the comments or in the chat room. But chances are a woman like this, that scowl and them eyebrows frowned up with that face. Look at her face. Women that are happy don't even sit up here and whine and complain about nothing like that. You know why? Because a happy woman that's got a good man, that's got what she wants, is well taken care of, she don't even talk about none of this. Ladies, tell me if I'm telling the truth or not on that. If you got the kind of man that you want and you happy, do you give a damn about what the next woman have or don't have? You know y'all don't. You be like, oh, yeah, you look at it like, yeah, okay. I can't relate to that. I'm happy over here. I'm going to go over here and enjoy my man, get ready to go on this vacation. You know what I'm saying? And enjoy my nice, comfortable home that he got me in and drive my nice, comfortable car that he got me too. You know, and my outfits and everything else that he buys me. You know that's the way y'all think. You ain't online if you happy complaining about, you know what I'm saying, what older men are dating younger women. What a lot of women that have this mindset don't realize is maybe they are dating the younger women because they're more cooperative. Do you ever stop to think about that? And again, let me clarify for anybody that's just coming in. I'm not talking about dating no 18 or 19-year-old. If she's in her mid-20s or late 20s, she is fair game. You can say what you want to say. A lot of people keep talking about, well, what you have in common with them. See, let me explain something to you. This whole I'm independent mindset that a lot of y'all have. You can't be independent and interdependent at the same time. If you get with a man, okay, because that's the dynamic we're talking about, heterosexual relationships. If you get with a man, you are interdependent upon him. His natural role is to take care of you and your family if y'all have one. That's what the job is. You ain't got no business talking about independent if you in a relationship or a marriage. And the married women and the women that's in long-term healthy relationships understand exactly what I just said. What's the point of you getting a man if you call yourself wanting to be independent? Because see, brothers, I'm going to tell you something. Right now, if you ever hear a woman utter the phrase, I don't need no man, or talking about I don't need you, accept it. Don't argue. Don't say nothing. Leave her alone because she is in the way of a woman that does need a man. When that phrase come out their mouth, that needs to be the end of that relationship. Oh, yeah? Okay, cool. I agree. You don't. And we're going to take care of that right now. We're going to make sure that you by yourself as far as you being with me. And I'm going to let you go do what you do. I don't care what they say. You better make sure they know that you better not ever let that phrase come out your mouth, because I'm going to believe you. I'm going to believe if you tell me that, brothers, if they tell you that, you better believe what they saying. I'm like, oh, okay, for real. I'm glad you enunciated the truth of what was on your heart, because I'm going to let you experience that truth. Let's let her keep talking.
One only lies in disappointments, which means that you had everything he wanted. He had nothing.
Okay. Now, that's the end of that clip. Talking about, okay, you had everything that he wanted and he had nothing. Did you really have everything that he wanted? Some of y'all better start to stop and think about what does a man really want from you. See, too many of you think that all you have to do is be attractive and bring that to the table and voila, that's it. Nah. First of all, do you need that man? Because you shouldn't be fooling with men that you don't need. A man's sole purpose and job is to help make your life easier, okay? To make your life easier, and you're supposed to be his helpmate and make his life easier. For a breadwinner, a solid producer out here, especially our blue-collar brothers, man, I salute y'all, man. That's some hard work, man. If you out here, if you're a plumber, electrician, a welder out here, if you a trucker, if you out here in any a carpenter, You know, the guys that's out here, man, that are trash truck, you know what I'm saying, drivers, or you work for the city in some other type of capacity, man, you are the backbone of any society. Y'all keep the maintenance on the society going. Society could not function without a lot of you brothers. So my hat's off to you. You white collar brothers is out here, whether you're in corporate America or those of us that happen to be business owners. You work damn hard for your money as a black man. So the last damn thing that you finna tolerate is an uncooperative woman, an unappreciative woman, and a woman that's talking about she ain't gonna cook, you ain't gonna clean, you not gonna this, you gonna come with this laundry list of what you not gonna do. Yet you want a traditional man, but you don't want to be a traditional woman. That's not gonna work. That time is over with. If that's your mentality, you got the right to do that, but don't complain when you don't have no man beside you that's worth a damn. Because see, then what you're going to be relegated to, if you think you're going to bring your funky ass attitude to a man that's worth a damn, talking about what you're not going to do, they're going to get rid of you super quick because they got options. And boy, I'm going to tell you right now, this is a good time to be a black man to have your shit together, because you do not have any shortage of options out here at all. At all, you don't. Y'all better realize that. It ain't gonna do you no good to get online complaining, talking about they're going to get these younger women because they want to control them. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That does apply to some, but not the majority. It really doesn't. They're going where they are needed. They are going where they are appreciated. And a lot of your competition out here, I'm going to tell you why she's so mad. See, pay attention to what's going on out here, brothers and sisters. You have a segment of the younger women that are looking at this economy. They are starting to look at these old miserable heifers' mistakes, and they're starting to say, hey, you know what? Ooh, yeah, I don't want to be that chick right there. Let me not go get on OnlyFans. Let me not get a bunch of tattoos. Let me not deal with a dude that ain't worth a damn and get a bunch of kids by him. Because if I do this, I'm going to diminish my chances of getting a good man that I can form a family with and marry and have him take care of me. They're learning. I know it, brothers. I know it's hard out here, but I'm telling you, there is a segment of younger sisters out here that's like, hey, hell no, boy. I see that hill you catching over here as a single mother with your hard-headed, independent ass. I see the hill that you catching out here. If you're not a single mother and you by yourself and can't keep a man, they looking at what these heifers are doing. Oh, trust me, they looking. See, this is the fucked up thing too. Let me speak to the ladies out here, the younger women out here that want decent men. I see a lot of you out here making the videos talking about where the good men at, and I have sense enough to separate those of you that are sincere about that versus the ones that thinking that they're gonna fake it till they make it. If you hadn't checked out that video on my channel about that nurse breakdown, I suggest you scroll down and find it, because boy, that is a very educational video right there. But unfortunately, ladies, the ones who are sincere out here, the damage has been done by women with these attitudes like this, with these bitter mindsets, because they screwed up their opportunity to be with good men by thinking that they gonna actually be a man's competitor and his mate at the same time. That cannot work. If you are a woman, embrace your femininity, be proud of it, get you a decent man. If he handling things and taking care of stuff, as long as he ain't abusing you or doing anything detrimental to you, don't you get that man your ass to kiss. Because see, if you do that, just understand that today you may not get another one. The one that you get that's worth a damn, that might be it for you. That might be it for you, depending on how much time that you invest or waste in a relationship, because you can get in one and waste your time instead of investing it. That's a conversation a lot of people ain't ready to have. Don't be that chick. And salute to those of you that have learned from this. But see, this is my advice to those of you that are making these videos that we see talking about you want a good man out here, especially you realize this economy, it ain't no joke for no single woman out here. You didn't realize that the strong independent route may not be the best route to go. And you don't want to spend your whole life slaving away in somebody's factory or working. My advice to you is this. First things first, as a woman, embrace your femininity and have a pleasant attitude as far as it depends upon you. I'm not saying let nobody run over you or be no doormat. Be pleasant when you're in the presence of men, okay? Be pleasant when you're in the presence of men. Dress like you got some sense. Dress like you trying to catch a man. Don't dress like you trying to be a damn turbo thought. I've said this again. I'm going to give y'all this tip. Young ladies, trust me, it works. Watch how many men's attention you get. if you start doing this, for those of you that really want to catch one, if you're going to show some top, make sure the lower body is covered. If you're going to show lower body, and when I say lower body, don't wear nothing with your ass hanging out. Please don't do that. But I'm saying if you got like a mini skirt that come up, you know what I'm saying, just a little bit above your knees, make sure your top is covered. Leave something to a man's imagination. That's going to make you stand out, because see, today, everybody that's out here showing everything, brothers already put you in the for the streets category. Yeah, they'll lay up with you, but after that, guess what? He ain't finna entertain being in no long-term relationship with you, and he damn sure ain't finna even get to no conversation about marriage. That's just not gonna happen. That's what you do. Make sure you got your appearance together. Don't come out here with all these different long toucan Sam nails with crazy colors. Have a decent hairstyle. Please do embrace rocking your natural hair. Put in the work that it takes to maintain that. Put in the work that it takes to maintain that. That's what most brothers are looking for. You don't need no tattoos, sisters. If you're going to get one, make sure it's something small. On your wrist, on your ankle somewhere. Don't put them in the tramp stamp places, or your lower back, on your titties, inside your thighs. Because men going to look at that and say, okay, you want to let strangers touch you all over like that? Yeah, you for the streets too. I'm just telling you what the brothers are thinking. I hope some of you with sense are soaking this part of this video up, so you don't have to be no old woman talking about why all the men dating the women that's in their mid-20s and late 20s. Because that's exactly what's going on right now. They're hoping to get to those of you that are in that age range that hadn't gotten corrupted to the point where you think that you just going to get into a relationship or marriage with a man and it's going to be a battle royal back and forth, and you just going to be giving him opposition at every turn when he's doing what he's supposed to do. That time is over. Those of you that's in your mid and late 20s, you still got time. Look at the examples around you, like many of you are starting to do, and realize that you don't want to be that chick. Make sure you got a decent perfume game together, okay? Yeah, put yourself in places where there are successful brothers that have something going on, and watch how many you start to attract the interest of, okay? And make sure that once you do get that brother, to you young women out here that are actually looking to be with decent men that want to form families and actually get married, make sure that if you get to a point where you start to be complacent and you start to look at that man as if he's somebody you're going to take for granted, take a step back. Remember what your life was like before you met him. And the same thing for the brothers that have good men. Before you get to the point where you take that good one for granted, look at what your life was like before you met her. But we talking to the women now. Sisters, look at what your life was like before you met him. And then take a look around at all these single miserable heifers that sit up here and talk this independent crowd, but they in a cold, empty bed. The only companions they have are antidepressants and a bunch of wine, and getting online complaining about why men are not picking them and trying to shame men into being with their old miserable asses. That's not going to work. I promise you that's not going to work. And for those of you that are older sisters out here, you better do some self-examination and see if your attitude, I'm going to say it again, see if your attitude with a man is the problem, and start adjusting your own attitude. It's not up to us to adjust your attitude. We're not even taking the time to do that. But those of you that applies to, you come into a relationship with an attitude, watch how short that relationship in. Especially if that brother is a certain caliber brother that's earning a certain amount. Man, listen. Man, listen, I'm going to tell you, man, you'll be out that man rolling days faster than you can blink. I'm just saying. I hope this registers. Like, share, subscribe. Black first. I'll see you all in future content. Celebrate the foundational Black American culture of freedom, fighting, and resistance with the first annual Erettasese 5K run. This cultural experience will honor our FBA ancestors and icons while harnessing energy from our past to power our future. There will be security at this event to ensure everyone has a safe and enjoyable experience. Erettasese Run is a cultural event for family and friends. Strollers and wheelchairs are welcome. The in-person event will include a free 1-mile fun walk and will be held on December 17th in Tampa, Florida. Unable to make the live event, you can also participate virtually anywhere from December 17th to December 30th. All registered participants will receive the official Erettasese Run finisher medal, t-shirt, and more, with the ability to upload their race time to the official site. Live event participants will receive the time race scores, professional finisher photo, video, and your name will be announced as you're welcomed across the finish line. Enjoy the post-race after party and review with a traditional FBA breakfast. You can also help us settle fun family debates like sugar or salt and grits. Prepare with family workouts and runs and post on social media using the hashtag #AretaSayRun. For registered info and sponsorship opportunities, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Click the link in the bio. Hope to see you all there.